I got a DM recently from somebody talking about how they were experiencing this mental turmoil, right? They were feeling mentally exhausted, mentally drained, basically symptoms of anxiety. So I responded to it and I explained to them, what normally causes anxiety. Then I gave them a solution. They tried out the solution and it worked pretty well for them. So I'm about to share that solution and this entire story with you. But before we get into that, how are you doing today, bro? You doing okay? You are? I'm glad to hear that. Now let's get into the meat and the potatoes here. So you clicked on this video because you've been feeling anxious lately, right? You're suffering from anxiety. You've been suffering from anxiety, and your thought process has probably been, man, maybe if I can solve this anxiety, if I can really figure out how to get rid of this, I'll be able to achieve my dreams. I'll be able to do the things that I haven't been doing because I've been feeling so anxious. And let me tell you, you don't want to solve anxiety because anxiety is a symptom. And the thing about curing a symptom is that symptom is going to keep coming back, and it will keep coming back until you figure out the root cause. You have to get down to the base of your anxiety. And at the base of anxiety, at the basis of it all, is thoughts, right? You're thinking. Essentially, you're thinking too much. Either you're thinking about too many things, or the things you are thinking about are either too large or too far into the future that you can't even begin to comprehend or wrap your head around them. And you're just thinking yourself in circles. You're like, oh my goodness, what if that happens? What if I fail? What are they gonna think of me? What will my parents say? All these thoughts are entering your head and you're unable to focus, right? You're unable to do the things that you need to do in order to achieve your goals because you're trapped in your own mind. And the thing about being stuck in your mind is that your goals are achieved in reality. And if you're stuck in your head, you're not doing anything in reality and you're not going to get anywhere, which is why we've got to get to the root cause, the very basis of it, which is your thoughts. You're thinking too much. Now, in order to stop thinking too much, hear me out, right? What you want to do is actually a very simple solution. It's an extremely simple solution. What you want to do when you're trapped in your head is to think more. Now, hold on now. Don't leave the video yet. Don't leave before you figure out what I've been cooking in this pot, right? You don't know if I put some special seasoning in here, some crazy sauce or flavoring, right? So don't click off yet, right? Because the problem is that you're thinking yourself in circles. So what you want to do is think yourself out of that circle, because anxiety comes from having a lot of incomplete thoughts, right? You're thinking, oh, what if that happens? What if that happens? What if that happens? You keep jumping from thought to thought without completing any single thought. And then you're going to keep going back to those thoughts, and you're going to keep thinking them, and you're going to keep thinking them, and you're never going to take any action, and you're never going to get rid of this anxiety. So what you want to do is think out those thoughts. You got to think of it, because this is where you're at right here. Let me paint the picture for you, right? You, with your anxiety, are thinking in a circle, right? You're in an infinite loop. You keep going back and forth, and you're never getting there. What you want to do is, instead of thinking a circle, think in a straight line. And when you do that, you're eventually going to reach an end point. And that end point is what I like to call mental clarity. Once you think that thought completely out, it no longer bothers you. You found the conclusion, right? The story's over. Case closed. No more anxiety, right? And the way to do that is a very simple method that I like to do. There are other ways to do it, but I like to think that this is the best method. What you want to do is, when you're feeling mentally troubled, you're feeling pretty anxious, right? What you want to do is go on a walk. So word K, ignore that. But what you want, can y'all even see that? It's like barely visible. You get the idea. What you want to do is go on a walk. And the thing about this walk is that you don't want to have any distractions, right? No phones, no music, right? Just draw a phone really quick. I'll switch to purple. This is, you know what? Yeah, just imagine that's a phone. Let's draw some headphones, right? No phone, no headphones, no music, no nothing. You just want to go on this walk and think. Now, what you want to do is, you don't want to go on this walk with a specific topic in mind. You just want to start walking, and eventually you're going to start thinking, and you're eventually going to start focusing on whatever problem, whatever it is you've been feeling anxious about. And once you get on that topic, you just want to think it all the way through, right? Think all of those thoughts. Think about, oh, what if I fail? What are they going to say? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not capable? You just want to go through that entire thought process. And eventually, You're gonna think in that straight line. You're just like, oh my goodness, and then you're gonna be like, wait 1 second. That wasn't that big of a deal, right? You're gonna think yourself to the end, to the conclusion. You're going to realize that this thing you've been feeling anxious about, this problem you've been facing for such a long time, wasn't even that big of a deal because you thought it all the way through, right? It's because when you're focusing on these little stray thoughts, right? These things that are taking you out of the straight line and eventually bringing you back to the beginning, you're putting yourself in the loop, right? Making it seem a lot bigger than it is. Think about it. If you're constantly going in circles, you're gonna feel like you've been walking a very long time. If you're constantly thinking in circles, you're gonna feel like this problem is so large. It's like, oh my goodness, oh man, when is it gonna be over? Oh my goodness, help, right? But when you just go straight, you're gonna get to that, the end point, right? If I walk to the end of this room, I'm gonna hit the wall. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute. All I have to do is go that way, right? It's not that big of a distance, but when you're walking in circles, it feels like it is. Right? You just want to think your thoughts all the way through. Now, there are other ways to think, right? What I like to do is kind of a form of active thinking because I find that I think better when I'm in motion. So I just go on a walk, I think about things and like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling better now. I'm clear, I got the clarity, I can get back to achieving my goals. Other things you do, try journaling, right? Getting your thoughts on paper, writing them out. Another good way to reach that concluding point. Or, another method that I've tried is you wanna look at a wall, you wanna stare at a wall, set a timer for an hour and just think. I did that a while back. This whiteboard wasn't here. I was staring at this wall right here, blank canvas. My thoughts were painting this space and I reached the conclusion I was looking for and I got right back to what I was doing. Right, this person who DM'd me, right? They told me, they were feeling this, they were mentally drained, mentally exhausted. I literally told them, yo, bro, go on a walk, no distractions, no nothing. They did that, and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling a lot better. So the method actually works. You just want to think through your problems, and you'll realize that they aren't as big as they seem. So hopefully you found some value in this video. Hopefully you learned something new, and hopefully you've realized that the mental clarity you're searching for isn't that far away. It isn't that hard to achieve. It doesn't take some complicated formula. You don't gotta, take this medicine here or do anything crazy like that. It's a very free method. Just think more, think yourself to the concluding point, and you're gonna be, having that mental clarity again. That's all y'all getting out of me. So click this video here if you want to learn something new, and stay blessed. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.